Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to another Anatomy and Physiology live stream here on TikTok. Today we're going to be doing Anatomy and Physiology 1 for the HESI and TEAS, and I'm about to sneeze. Ew, bless me. Hello everybody, welcome in. We'll get started here in just a moment. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing super well. It's great to be back here on a Monday afternoon. We're going over some HESI and TEAS Anatomy and Physiology 1. I know a lot of people have their HESI and TEAS coming up, and then everyone has some final exams coming up as well, so this will be a great review for Anatomy and Physiology as well. Hello everybody, welcome. I'm trying to make this a little straighter. Hello everybody, welcome in. We're doing some HESI and TEAS Anatomy and Physiology 1 review today. We have about 60 questions. We'll get started in just a moment. How's everyone doing today? Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. How was everyone's weekend? It's been a good bit of it. Watching the NFL draft. I love watching the draft. It's always cool to see who gets to live out their dreams playing football and learn a little bit about them. But how are you all doing today? If I would appreciate it if you gave the live a like, it'll just get it out to more people so we can help as many people as possible for the upcoming Anatomy and Physiology exams. And we'll go ahead and get started here in just a moment. Hello everybody, welcome in, welcome. Thank you all for joining us today. Hello. We'll get started in just a moment. Hello So, how are you doing? Good to see you again. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started now, guys. We're doing some Anatomy and Physiology prep for the HESI and TEAS. These questions are similar to material that'll be on there. Hi, Dee, how are you doing? If you are new here, welcome. My name is Ollie. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring Anatomy and Physiology for about 5 years now. And I do post these live streams to YouTube afterwards as well. I go live every day covering Anatomy and Physiology and other topics that you guys request in general. We have Pharmacology Fridays and whatnot, but we are on number 1 now. Number 1 asks, which directional term means away from the lower portion of the body and closer to the heart? Again, we are talking about, this is away from the lower body, so from lower. So if we have our body, the direction is away from the lower part of the body and closer to the head. So this region. So what region is this? Awesome. So the answer is C. It's cranial. So again, away from the lower part of the body, closer to the head is cranial. Caudal is toward the head. Inferior is the lower part of the body, so lower part. Ventral means toward the belly front, or like the belly, or like the front of the body. Awesome. I don't remember where I got these from. These my bracelets. Thank you. I got these a couple years ago. I've had these for about like 8 or 9 years now. But I have Jeremiah 29:11 and John 3:16 on there. I had a couple other ones, but they've broken. But these ones have stayed true for so long now. Number 2, the lungs are blank to the heart. The lungs are blank to the heart. And hello everybody that just joined. Welcome in. My name is Ollie. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I do go live every day covering Anatomy and Physiology and other topics, that you guys request. And I'm going to post these replays to YouTube afterwards. I have a couple that I'm a little behind on. They're processing right now. But every single live stream I do does get uploaded to YouTube. You're going to follow me? Thank you. I appreciate it. I always love the new faces and whatnot. But yeah, I post Anatomy and Physiology content. I know a lot of people have finals this upcoming week, and a lot of people starting classes in the summer or continuing classes in the summer. So this week, I will have a lot of finals material being posted to TikTok as well, just how to study for finals, just anything at all. Definitely go leave some comments in terms of like what you, in particular you need help on. I'm going to try to post one video a day for this whole week and potentially next week as well. People still have finals continuing into early May. But number 2, the answer is A, it is lateral. The lungs are lateral to the heart. So if we have, I always draw the 4 little squares to practice drawing my heart. So we have our lungs, they kind of surround our heart here. So our lungs, so we have medial and lateral. Medial kind of means middle. The way that I think of lateral, so an L, if you were to have a person here, here's my crappy drawing of a person. The L, their foot points out, so I think of away from the midline. So lateral, so the lungs are to the left and the right of the heart. Medial is toward the middle. Anterior is towards the front, and posterior is towards the back. I did my A&P 1 final today. Awesome, I hope it went well. I hope it went well for you. Number 3, a structure that is near to the body's center is described as what? Just got back, AMP2 final grade 93.6. Thanks to you. Awesome. At the end of the day, you took the exam. Be proud of yourself. That's awesome, OB. Everyone could give them a congratulations in the chat. That would be awesome. Definitely trying to keep a little community in here. Awesome, awesome. Number 3 is medial, C. Again, we just talked about closer to the body's center, otherwise known as the middle or mid. Again, distal is away. Distal is like away from like the center of the body. So like the elbow would be distal to the shoulder because the shoulder is closer to the body. Lateral, again, we just talked about away toward the sides. And posterior is to the back. Number 4, the toes are blank compared to the knee. Finished with a 100. Your lives help so much. Awesome, I'm so glad. Congratulations. We can get some more congratulations in the chat. That is awesome. That is a very hard thing to do. Congratulations. I hope you're proud of yourself. I know a lot. I got 100 on my final exam. I didn't get 100 on any exam. I got like all like 90s, but I did get hundreds on my final exams, and a lot of work went into that. So I know that you put a lot of time into that. So definitely be proud of yourself. Number 4, the toes are distal compared to the knee. Again, so distal is further away from the point of attachment. So if we're talking about our hip, our knees are closer. That's a terrible way to. Our knees are closer than our toes. So proximal is kind of the inverse term of that. So proximal would be closer. So the knees would be proximal to the hip compared to the toes. Inferior meaning below. But if we're talking about limb distance, I guess in terms of limb distance, it would be distal versus inferior. Because we're referring to the limbs. Number 5, a wound closer to the outer layer of the body would be described as a wound that is closer toward the outer layer of the body would be described as Awesome. And welcome to everybody that just joined. Hello. We're doing some anatomy and physiology prep for the HESI and TEAS today for Anatomy and Physiology 1. My name is Ollie. I do go live every day covering anatomy and physiology. And I do post these replays to YouTube afterwards as well. It's linked in my bio, but it's also here, as well as all of my anatomy and physiology notes from when I was in the class. That's my YouTube. And then that's linked in my bio, as well as my notes for anatomy and physiology. But number 5, the answer is C. It is superficial. So superficial means closer to the surface, and the other word here is deep. So deep means further away from the surface. Hi, Ollie. I'm also Ollie. Oh my gosh. Hello, Ollie. Do I have respiratory and reproduction videos up? I do, yes. They're semi-recently. I would definitely go check them out. I'm actually posting cardiovascular and respiratory videos from this weekend, this morning. I'm about to take this test today. Awesome. Good luck on your test today. You got this. Number 6. The majority of the stomach is located in which abdominal quadrant? The majority of the stomach is located in which abdominal quadrant? Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Ollie. If you're new here, we're going over some Anatomy and Physiology 1 prep for the HESI and TEAS. Tomorrow will be A&P 2. I think you have a final on Wednesday. Awesome. Good luck on your final on Wednesday. I know it's unfortunately that time of year where it is finals. It's the roughest time of the year. Number 6 is B. It is the left upper quadrant. So the left upper quadrant is where most of the stomach sits. So if we have our quadrants, we have our right upper, our left upper, our right lower, and our left lower quadrants. Again, they're opposite. So if you're looking at somebody and you're looking where their like kind of stomach is, most of the stomach is in the left upper quadrant. Number 7, which structure within the cell generates the most usable energy? And bonus question, if we talk about what is the most usable energy, what's the molecule? Feel free to comment the molecule as well. AMP2 final for Farm D. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Yep, it is C. Is the mitochondrion, and it is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Number 8, the plasma membrane. The main structure is made up of what? What is the main structure made up of? For the the plasma membrane. Oops. I guess I kind of gave the answer away. My bad. Sometimes I ramble and I give the answer by accident. I would not do good if I was a professor giving a verbal test. The answer is B, phospholipid bilayer. So it's the main framework. It kind of looks bilayer, meaning 2-layer. So if we have just a quick little diagram. Bilayer meaning 2 layers. We have a hydrophilic head, meaning water-loving, and then a hydrophobic tail, meaning it does not like water. Hydrophobic and philic. Number 9, what is the function of the nucleolus found inside of the nucleus? And hello to everybody that just joined. Welcome in. We're doing some Anatomy and Physiology 1 prep for the HESI and TEAS. My name is Ollie, and I have a master's degree in molecular medicine. Yes, I am doing this tomorrow as well, but we're doing AMP2 tomorrow. I will be going live, I think every day this week except for Saturday, I believe. I won't be going live on Saturday this week. Oh, thank you, Josie, for the 10 finger hearts. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Number 9, what is the function of the nucleolus? It's found inside of the nucleus. The answer is A, ribosome production. So nucleus, it manufactures the ribosomal RNA. So this is our rRNA. Cell movement, that's the cytoskeleton. Energy synthesis, the mitochondria. Protein digestion is the lysosome. Thank you for doing these. Yeah, no problem. I love doing these. These are so much fun because of you guys. Do I do Patho 2? Yes, sometimes. The time yet is to be determined, but it'll probably be around the same time, like 1... I haven't posted my schedule yet because I'm waiting to hear back on some meetings and tutorings times, but 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will most likely be the time. Number 10. Which term best describes the passive movement of water across a selectively permeable membrane? I should be posting a video later today on the topic schedule and the times for the week. But I try to go live every day around 1 p.m. It's typically what it ends up being. Today was a little later just because of some meetings for work and stuff, so... Number 10, the answer is C. It is osmosis. So osmosis is water moving across a membrane. So water moves from high to low water concentration. Brackets means concentration. Solute moves from low to high concentration in osmosis. So water moves from high to low, and the solute moves from low to high. I definitely recommend a flashcard for something like this. I have given questions and have seen questions in the past where they ask about the movement of the solute in osmosis versus water, and some people have gotten those mixed up. So definitely know that not only in osmosis, water moves from high to a low concentration, the solute moves from a low to high to concentration. Just pay attention to the wording on those type of questions. Number 11, during which mitotic phase does the sister chromatids separate to opposite poles? Number 11. Give you guys a moment to answer that. Number 11. And again, for those that are curious, I do upload these to YouTube afterwards as well. It's linked in my bio. I don't have this particular practice test uploaded, but I do have other practice tests uploaded. Number 11 is B, anaphase. So in anaphase, the chromatids pull apart towards opposite sides. Metaphase is where the chromatids line up in the middle. Think of M for middle. Telophase is where the chromosomes arrive at the poles and they unwind. So this is where they begin to unwind. Prophase, this is where the chromatids condense and where the spindle fibers form. Spindle fibers form. Alrighty. Number 12, the process where unspecialized cells develop into specialized cells is called... Again, and this is for the HESI and TEAS. This is HESI and TEAS review. We're just doing some review, especially for anatomy and physiology. I need to have videos for radiology. Not typically, I don't. I definitely wouldn't mind doing that. Send me an email or definitely leave a comment on like what specifically you'd want to see for radiology. I definitely do requests. So. Alrighty, so the process of where an unspecialized cell do requests. So. Alrighty, so the process of where an unspecialized cell becomes differentiation. So where a cell, so we have an unspecialized cell, and this cell can become a muscle cell or a nerve cell, something like that. This is what is called differentiation. Number 13, the mid-sagittal plane cuts the body into what? The mid-sagittal plane cuts the plane into The answer is A. It is right and left equal parts. So the way that I think of the mid-sagittal plane cutting into right and left planes, if you think of this is a really bad example of a horse, but if you were to ride, think sagittal kind of sounds like saddle to me. And when you saddle up on a horse, like your legs are kind of split in the middle there, so it cuts your body into like a right and left half. That's how I always remembered that. Number 14, the plane that cuts across the body horizontally to form upper and lower parts of the body is called what? Awesome, everybody. It is C. It is the transverse plane. So the transverse plane is the horizontal. The way that I always kind of remembered upper and lower is if you have this line, again, like upper and lower, I always think of like the metaverse. And if like you're in a different universe in a way, so like this person's in a different universe and this person's in a different universe, transverse, metaverse, universe. That's how I always remembered it. Number 15, cross-sectional images used in diagnostic imaging typically reflect which anatomical plane? My connection weak. Can everyone hear me just fine? Is everyone able to hear me? Yes. Yes. Okay. It might just be your connection then. Okay. I would definitely try rejoining the live if you're having trouble hearing then. Number 15. The cross-sectional images used in diagnostic imaging typically reflect which anatomical plane? So this is in like, let's move down here. Like CT or MRIs. The answer is the horizontal plane. So same as the transverse plane. So the transverse is our horizontal plane. Remember that? Frontal plane would show the front and the back. Again, the side view. That's the sagittal median plane. It's the exact center sagittal cut. So it's not typically used for cross-section. So a cross-section, again, the key word here is cross-sectional. So what a cross-section is if I were to take, so if I have a person and I wanted to look at a cross-section of their leg, I would cut them here. And if you're looking at them front, so this is like their eyes and their beautiful smile and their luscious locks, and you were to flip it up and you were to look at the top down, you have their bone and their muscles and nerves and stuff, and you were to look down at it, like if you took it and you cut it off, and you were to look at it straight down like this on the piece of paper, that's what that would look like. Number 16, the 4 primary tissue types in the human body include what? The 4 primary tissue types in the human body include what? Give you guys just a moment to answer. Awesome. The answer is A. It is connective, muscle, epithelial, and nervous tissue. Focusing on epithelial tissue here, what is it mainly suited for? What is its primary, what type of function do you typically see in most epithelial tissue? We're on number 17 now. And thanks for liking the live, everybody. I really appreciate it. It does get it out to more people, so we can help as many people as possible on their upcoming HESI and TEAS exams. Just anatomy and physiology finals in general as well. This is a great review for that too. Perfect. The answer is A. It is absorbing nutrients and forming barriers. So that like it'll line surfaces, form barriers. And absorption occurs like in the intestines. Number 18. An example of connective tissue would be what? An example of connective tissue. Helps with MCAT too. Yes, it would. Yeah, pretty much anything that you need some good anatomy and physiology, just a little bit of review. This is definitely perfect for you. Try to, I'll tailor the questions more towards what's on the HESI and TEAS. But at the end of the day, it's just a great review too. I'm actually going to start studying for the MCAT probably in about a month if people are interested in that content. In terms of like how I'm studying, if anyone would be interested in like study with me videos and stuff, I definitely would like to know. I'd be more than happy to do those type of videos. But number 18, an example of connective tissue would be letter C, cartilage. Cartilage is it's the class of connective tissue mainly for support. So think of connective tissue. Connecting, you're supportive. Whenever you connect with a group of people, you have those group of people to support and whatnot. But support and flexibility. Number 19, which muscle type is striated but involuntary? Involuntary. Striated means banded. And when muscle is banded, this is essentially meaning it is rhythmic. Yes, I can do MCAT content. Yes, I absolutely want to be a doctor. Pretty much of any kind, really. Please more farm. Yep, we do pharmacology every Friday. I'm actually uploading the pharmacology live stream later today from Friday. Number 19, the answer is B. It is cardiac. So cardiac is banded and involuntary. Skeletal is also banded, but it is voluntary. Then smooth muscle is also involuntary, just like cardiac, but it is not banded. And then visceral is just not a type of muscle. But visceral kind of refers to smooth muscle. Thank you for teaching us. Yes, absolutely. I love doing this. Thank you for being here. Really, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. These are so fun to do. I love doing these. So you guys are what make it so fun. So question 20 asks, the main responsibility of nervous tissue is... I have the second generation 12.9 inch iPad. Yes, this will also be uploaded. Again, they get uploaded. Every single TikTok live that I do does get uploaded to YouTube. And just a little reminder, my YouTube is my name. It is Ollie Herkseg. It's linked in my bio, and then what's also linked in my bio is all my notes and study guides from when I was in anatomy and physiology. I saw someone. Oh, you passed your TEAS, Lex. Awesome. Congratulations. Take the HESI on the 9th. Awesome. Good luck on your HESI. Mnemonics help so much. Awesome. I'm so glad. I definitely try to make things very much easier to remember and understand with just like silly ways. Number 20, the main responsibility of nervous tissue is C. It is to facilitate communication between body parts by sending electrical and chemical signals. Digestion, that's muscle gland function. Forming glands, that's epithelial tissue. Lining body cavities is also epithelial tissue. Number 21, which muscle type is best at rapidly replacing damaged cells? Which means it has a high regenerative capacity. So think about where we see epithelial tissue. Think about that, first of all. And then think about, does it get replaced? Does it regenerate? Do we heal when it's damaged? But the answer is C. It is epithelial. Think about your skin. There's dead skin and things like that. It regenerates fast to protect surfaces. If you get a little cut, your skin regenerates. Number 22, the epidermal layer responsible for generating those new cells is called the what? So when we generate new skin cells, what layer does that occur in? Skeletal muscle does have a high regenerative capacity, but epithelial has more regenerative capacity. 22, the answer is the stratum basal. The mnemonic for remembering the epidermis layers is "Come, let's get sunburned." So if you think of whenever you go into battle and you get hurt, you go back to the base to heal up. So when your skin gets damaged, it has to reply with new cells, new soldiers from base. They come from base. They go back up to the top. So the stratum basal is the deepest layer. This is where we typically generate our new cells for our skin. Does that make sense? But the mnemonic is "Come, let's get sunburned." So, come, let's get sun. Sorry about the mower. I don't even know why they're mowing. There's like no grass. They've been out here all day. This is the corneum, the lucidum, granulosum, spinosum, and the basal. Number 23, which epidermal cells produce a tough protective protein? Let's get sunburnt. Burnt. For the mnemonic. Number 23 is A, keratinocytes. These are a tough protective protein. They're also for waterproofing. Meaning that so water is the universal solvent, meaning it dissolves things. So when it goes inside, like when you go outside and it rains and you jump in a pool or you go in the ocean, swimming around, you don't dissolve into all your little molecules. So that is what helps with that. 24, the primary role of melanin in skin cells is to... yes, I do post all my lives to YouTube. I'm a little behind. I'm putting them all out from this weekend today. They're uploading right now. I passed my class today. Thanks to you, dude. I passed with a B. Awesome, Joni. Congratulations. Or Johnny. Is it Johnny? I think Johnny. But congratulations. That's awesome. I'm glad I could help. At the end of the day, it's definitely all you. But I'm glad that I was able to help in any way. That's definitely the point of doing these live streams. We could get a congratulations in the chat. That would also be awesome for our passee here. But number 24 is B. It is to protect DNA from UV damage. Melanin absorbs UV radiation. Producing keratin is keratinocytes. Strengthening skin structure also through keratin and maintaining hydration. That is more so from lipids and other molecules. Number 25, sweat glands primarily function to. Sweat glands primarily function to. And hello to everybody that just joined. Welcome in. My name is Ollie. I go live every day covering anatomy and physiology. I do post these to YouTube afterwards as well. It was a difficult class, but thanks so much, everyone. Possible, yes. It is definitely possible. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you cannot do anatomy and physiology. The answer choice is C. It is cool the body through evaporation. This is our, again, going back to chapter 1, our negative feedback. Oops, no, feedback mechanism. Number 26, which is not one of the skin's functions. My YouTube link is in my bio. Yes, if here it is again though. It's Ollie Herczeg. Oops, Herczeg. But it is linked in my bio as well as my website that has all of my notes on it for download. If you guys want to download those as well from when I was in the class, they're my notes and study guides. 26. Is C, hormone production. That is not one of the functions of the skin. The skin doesn't produce systemic hormones, though it does make vitamin D precursors, for sure. But it does act as a protective barrier. I'll put a little check mark. Sensory perception, yes. Preventing water loss, yes. Number 27. In assessing burn injury, the rule of nines estimates. In my class, today's my final exam. Met you late. Oh my goodness, no, I'm so sorry. So the rule of nines. So the rule of nines, let's talk about it. It's a percentage. Oops. It is C. It is the amount of the body's surface area that gets burned. So it estimates the percent of skin burned. So it's a method that like doctors, EMT, nurses use to quickly estimate the amount of body percentage that is burned in adults. It helps determine the severity of burns and how much fluid replacement the patient will need. Basically divides the bodies into sections or multiples of 9. Number 28, which is not a role of the skeletal system. I'm freezing up. Am I freezing up for everybody else? Not for me? Okay. No. I definitely just try rejoining, Jennifer. 28. What is not a role of the skeletal system? The answer, again, is hormone secretion. D. So the skeletal system does not primarily secrete hormones. Mineral storage Yes, in calcium and phosphorus. Blood cell formation, that is correct. Bone marrow makes blood cells, and moving, like movement facilitation. Bones work with muscles to move. 29. Which set of bones belongs to the axial skeleton? So remember, we have axial versus appendicular. You were from me earlier, but now that I rejoined, you're good. Okay, so I guess people just have to rejoin if they start. Okay, that makes sense. It's good to know. I can't tell because from my end, obviously, I'm looking on my phone. So, for me, it looks flawless. But for you guys, like I can't tell sometimes. Number 29. Which set of bones belongs to the axial skeleton? The answer is B. It is the skull and the vertebral column. The skull and the vertebral column. So the axial skeleton is like the skull, the vertebra, the ribs, the sternum. The appendicular skeleton is mostly all of our limbs and our pelvis. Number 30, the long central shaft of long bone is known as what? Also, you guys, I apologize. Are you guys able to hear the lawnmower outside? It's the Wi-Fi. Once I turned it off, it worked better. Okay. No? Barely. Okay. Yes, okay. Some people... Good to know. I'm not sure. Sometimes, from my end, it's loud. I don't know why. They mow. I've never seen people mow their lawn for so long. What goes through the foramen spinosum? So that's like the small opening, like the sphenoid bone of the skull. Mainly the meningeal artery. That's like kind of the main one. So also its vein. And then there's a branch of the mandibular nerve. I think it's called the nervus spinosus or something. I don't remember though. Of that part. Okay, it's not too loud or we can't hear you. Perfect. Taking the HESI test soon for radiology. Thank you for this. Yes, absolutely. I love doing this. Thanks for being here. Number 30, the answer is... It's A, the diaphysis. That's the long shaft. The epiphysis is the end of the long bone. The endosteum is the inner lining of the bone, and the periosteum is the outer lining. So if we have our bone here, this is our diaphysis. These are the epiphysis. I'm just writing E and stuff. And then our inner lining is the osteum, and then the outer lining is the periosteum. Number 31. Which bone cells are specialized in bone resorption? In bone resorption. Meaning, resorption means break down. I had my anatomy exam today. Hopefully it went well. The answer is B. It is osteoclast. So osteoclast, I think about it for breaking down, is it chews, cleaves. So break down. Osteoblast is B for build up, make new bone. Number 32, compact bone is characterized by... Compact bone is characterized by... Give you guys just a moment to answer. The answer is C. It is dense, solid strength. So compact bone is strong and dense. It's designed to support weight and resist stress. The lattice-like would be spongy. Lightweight is spongy as well. Spongy, trabeculae, obviously spongy bone. Number 33, what hormone is essential for increasing blood calcium by acting on bones? So it is released in response to low blood calcium levels, and this hormone is going to respond to increase calcium in the blood. And then also there is a hormone there that lowers calcium in the blood. The answer choice here is B. Parathyroid hormone is what is going to increase our blood calcium, and this does so by increasing osteoclast activity. Calcitonin, so it lowers it. It lowers osteoclast activity. Because remember, class 2, they break down bone. So when you break down bone, it releases it into the bloodstream. When you decrease their activity, the osteoblast activity will increase. So this would decrease osteoblast activity. So just inverse relationships. Number 34, red bone marrow primarily carries out which function? Awesome. Thanks for all the follows, everybody. Thank you guys so much. We just hit like 62,000 followers. It's insane. I cannot believe it. But I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate you all. This is so fun to do. But number 34, the answer is B. It is to create new blood cells. Essentially, the red bone marrow is the site of what we call, for new blood cells, hematopoiesis. I spelled it right? Yeah, I spelled it right. Hematopoiesis. Erythropoiesis is for red blood cells. Hematopoiesis refers to new blood cell production like red blood cell, white blood cell, platelet, and whatnot. So there's a difference between hematopoiesis and erythropoiesis. 35, which bone is part of the arm? Which bone is part of the arm? Awesome. 35 is B. It is the ulna. This is in our forearm, so we have our ulna plus our radius in our forearm. Number 36, the fontanella is an infant skull structure that would allow for what? The difference between hematopoiesis is, so I'm going to put H and E. So hematopoiesis is new blood cell, and blood cell is just the overall production of red blood cells, white blood cells, and like platelets. So all the cells that you would find in your blood. Erythropoiesis is the specific formation of new red blood cells. That's the difference. Number 36, the answer is C. It is for the brain growth after birth. So they're soft spots that allow the structure to expand with brain growth. Essentially, without these structures, it would make it very difficult for the baby to pass through. Ossification is forming new bone. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me read question 37 real quick. 37 asks, which muscle type lines intestines and blood vessels? So ossification is forming new bone, but you have endochondral ossification and intramembranous ossification. And that is just kind of where new bone arrives from. So this would be from like connective tissue or cartilage. And intramembranous is mesenchymal tissue. Hopefully that helped. Yes, hemato includes red bloods. Yes, it's inclusive. Think of it, hematopoiesis is just all around. Erythropoiesis is specialized. What's an example of mesenchymal tissue? Basically, like embryonic connective tissue, like the mesenchyme itself. That's like a loose, unspecialized like tissue on embryos. Number 37, what muscle type lines the intestines and blood vessels? The answer is B, it is smooth. Smooth muscle is involuntary. It lines hollow organs and whatnot. Number 38, muscle contraction occurs through the sliding of a what? Muscle contraction occurs through the sliding of what? Awesome. It is actin and myosin filaments. It is, so again, the muscle contraction is we have the myosin head attaches to actin and pivots towards the center of the sarcomere or the M line, which is our contraction. 39, calcium's role in muscle contraction is to... And hello to everybody that just joined. Welcome. My name is Ollie. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology topics. Today we're covering A&P1, prep for the HESI and TEAS. For people, this is also just a great review for anyone who just needs some anatomy and physiology review for their class. I do post these live streams to YouTube. It's linked in my bio, as well as my notes from when I was in anatomy and physiology. Those are all linked in my TikTok bio. But 39, calcium's role in muscle contraction is B. It is to bind tropin and to expose binding sites. How it exposes it is it removes tropomyosin from the actin active site. And once it does that, that allows for the myosin head to bind. Question number 40 asks, the muscle mainly responsible for movement at a joint is called... Answer is C. It is an agonist. So an agonist, or otherwise known as the prime mover, is the main force for movement that occurs. So a synergist would assist. So synergist, assist. Antagonist, think of like in like a movie, the bad guy opposing the good of the world. Antagonist, oppose the movement. Oppose. And the fixator is more so, it's also just for stabilizing. So it would stabilize the origin of the muscle. Number 41, which muscle is named based on its large size? Alrighty. The answer is the gluteus maximus. Maximus is the term. I should probably not circle that. Maximus is the term that means largest. Basically, that's the largest glute muscle. Number 42. Which muscle group extends the knee joint? Extends. So if we were sitting down, let's start here. If we're sitting down on a stool here and we extended our leg here, what muscle did that? So again, we have extension, which is what? So we have extension, and then we have flexion, or flexes. So the answer is B. It is the quadriceps femoris. The quads extend at the knee joint. The answer choice A is for flexion. So the biceps femoris is in the hamstring. It flexes the knee. The gastrocnemius flexes the knee, and it's also for plantar flexion of the ankle. And the deltoid moves the shoulder. But the quadriceps femoris they're the main knee extenders. Alrighty. Number 43, muscle tone is best defined as what? Muscle tone is best defined as what? So the answer is B, the resting tension in muscles. So even when relaxed, muscles still have tension. This is what's referred to as tone. So think about just standing upright. Your muscles, they're in a way relaxed, but they're maintaining tension. Answer choice A, the enlargement of muscle fibers is hypertrophy. C, the strength produced during contraction. Strength is active contraction, not resting tone, and fatigue is unrelated. Thank you for the roses. If it comes up with the name. I saw I got roses, but I don't see who sent them. I'm sorry. But thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate the gifts, guys. It's awesome. Thank you. Number 44, tendons, function 2. Number 44, tendons, not tension, function 2. The answer is C, is to attach muscle to bone. So tendons connect muscles to bone, basically to help transmit the force of contraction. Bone to bone is ligament. Attach muscle to muscle. Muscles don't attach to each other with tendons. And ligaments, connective cartilage. Not tendons. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you. Number 45, what occurs at the neuromuscular junction? Number 45, what occurs at the neuromuscular junction? So what attaches directly to so muscle is not directly attached to muscle. Tendons or muscles are attached to bones via tendons. But in terms of what attaches muscle to muscle in a way, I would say like technically what something does, not officially, but kind of does. It's called an aponeurosis, technically. So an aponeurosis is what would attach muscle to muscle. Number 45, the answer is B. Transmitters, so neurotransmitters, stimulate muscle contraction. It's done through acetylcholine. It's released from synaptic vesicles. It's going to attach to the ligand-gated channels, allowing for sodium to enter and the muscle to contract. Number 46, joints that offer little to no movement are referred to as what? So again, there's little to no movement, little to no. There's slightly movable, and then there's highly movable. All right, the answer is C. It is fibrous joints. Fibrous joints allow little to no movement. An example of that would be the suture in the skull. It's connected by the dense connective tissue. There is virtually no movement there. Cartilaginous joints allow for slight movement, such as the intervertebral discs. And then the highly movable are our synovial joints, which is like your knee, your elbow, your shoulder. Bursae are the fluid-filled sacs that reduce tension. This is not a type of joint. Number 47, example of a synovial joint, again, a highly movable one, is what? What is an example of that? And hello to everybody that just joined, welcome. Oops, I have to do the stupid little... Oh my gosh, two objects that are the same. Oh my goodness. I always worry I'm going to fail these. I can never get these. It's so unclear as to what it is. But it's like the verification that you're not inactive, just live streaming. It's so weird. Number 47, the answer is C. It is the hinge joint. A hinge joint, think of it like a door hinge, like the elbow and the knee. Number 48, moving a limb away from the body's midline is called what? Bursae is what can get inflamed from overuse. Yes, you're absolutely correct. It's called bursitis. It would be called, I'll write it up here. It's bursitis. You're absolutely correct. All right. Answer here is abduction. So abduction is moving away from the midline. Think of as if someone gets abducted, they get taken away. Adduction would be toward the midline, but flexion decreases in angle at a joint, and circumduction is a circular motion at a joint. Means away, yes. Think of abduction, abduct. So if you abduct, you take away, so you take away. So aliens abduct you, they take you away from Earth and eat your brain. 49. What lubricates and nourishes articular cartilage at a synovial joint? What lubricates and nourishes articular cartilage at a synovial joint? Synovial joint kind of gives that away. I should maybe change that, but it is synovial fluid B, synovial joint. I kind of gave that away. I didn't realize that. But synovial fluid is going to lubricate and nourish articular cartilage. It is produced by, you would guess it, the synovial membrane. And basically, like I said, it reduces the friction. So the lubrication reduces the friction as well as nourishes it. Number 50, tendons connect. Kind of answered that before, but it was muscle to bone. So tendons connect muscle to bone. The ligament is going to do bone to bone. Muscle to muscle aren't necessarily directly, so muscles don't directly attach. Like I said, it's the aponeurosis that would kind of answer that question as to what connects muscle to muscle. Ligament to muscle is just incorrect. I'm covering 60, so we're getting near the end. 51, which part of the neuron sends the electrical impulses away from the cell body? I have an exam on Wednesday. Good luck on your exam. Maybe the aliens just want to be friends. Yeah, no, they definitely could be. I feel like if we ever met aliens, they would definitely be the friendly ones, and we would be the unfriendly ones. I know that. That's probably what the case would be. But 51, what part of the neuron sends the impulse away from the cell body? The answer is the axon. So let's draw our little structure of a nerve or a neuron. It's my just quick pick. So we have to get the signal and before we can send it away. So these structures here, let's take blue. These things are called dendrites. They receive the signal. This thing here is the cell body or the soma. It integrates that signal and then it sends it away via this structure here, which is our axon. So what covers the axon here is the myelin sheath, which speeds it up, and the axon terminal is what sends it away through the synapse to another neuron or whatever is receiving that signal. Number 52, the brain and spinal cord make up what? Thank you for all the follows, everyone. I really appreciate it. Thank you for participating as well, and thank you for liking the live. We're almost at 14,000 likes. That's incredible. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys being here and being a part of the live stream. I love doing these with you guys. They're so much fun to do. Thank you for the roses again, Kathia. Thank you so much. 52, it is the central nervous system, the CNS. The peripheral nervous system, the PNS, are the nerves outside of the CNS. The ANS is the autonomic nervous system, which is part of the PNS. And the somatic nervous system is the voluntary nervous system, part of the peripheral nervous system. 53. What is the purpose of a neurotransmitter? This test, the replay will be on YouTube if you want to go through it again, but the actual PDF I don't have uploaded yet. I do have other practice tests up, but this one in particular is not up. I will upload. I've been trying to work a way to get these to be more easily downloaded. Just purchased the study guide. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you for purchasing the study guide. I'm so glad. I hope that it is helpful towards you. This particular questions will hopefully be up soon, though. But I do have other practice questions up. I do have another Anatomy and Physiology 1 practice test and an Anatomy and Physiology 2 practice test for the HESI and TEAS. But I don't want to work on making more tests for you guys. Number 53 is C, to transmit signals across the synapses. So neurotransmitters carry chemical messages between neurons across the synapse. Little messenger pigeons of the nervous system of our body. And number 54, which neurotransmitter is primarily associated with the feelings of well-being and happiness? A big... Let me see if I can draw a good smiley face here real quick. Oh boy. This is our happiness face. The answer is C. It is serotonin. Serotonin. So serotonin helps regulate our mood, our sleep, our appetite. Acetylcholine, muscle contraction, memory. Dopamine is our pleasure. Pleasure meaning for reward and our motivation. And norepinephrine, that's more so associated with our fight and flight. So serotonin, again, is for... I guess the smiley face is kind of in the way now. But serotonin is going to regulate our mood, sleep, and appetite. Number 55, a simple spinal reflex, such as a knee-jerk reflex, would bypass what? What are we bypassing? We're skipping over that part. Yes, you're correct about that movement. Yes. Skipping over that. Okay, yeah. But essentially, you're just bypassing the brain. So you're just skipping the signal having to be sent to the brain to produce a movement. So if you want to go flex, you have to think about the move, something like that. But the reflex arcs are processes in the spinal cord, not the brain. A faster reaction, essentially, is what is caused. Number 56, which part of the brain controls breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure? Awesome. And this bead is the medulla oblongata. This is what's going to regulate our autonomic functions, our vital autonomic functions, specifically like the breathing and heart rate. 57. Which of the following correctly describes a function of the spinal cord? This is awesome review. I'm taking my Vet A&P final today. Awesome. Good luck on your Vet A&P final today. You got this. Its choice is B. Essentially, it is there for a little highway of communication between the body and the brain. Number 58. Oh, I didn't realize this question got split up. I'm sorry about that. Number 58, the parasympathetic nervous system is involved in what? I'm so sorry about this. But hello to everybody that just joined. Welcome. My name is Ollie. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I do go live every single day covering anatomy and physiology. And I do post these to YouTube afterwards as well. It's linked in my bio, as well as my notes from anatomy and physiology from when I was in the class. I got an A in the class in both undergrad and graduate school. I got 100% on my final exams. Number 58, the parasympathetic nervous system is involved in the answer choice C is calming the body, conserving energy. Parasympathetic is our rest and digest. Sympathetic is our fight or flight. So our sympathetic. The way I think about it, calming down, slowing down. So parasympathetic has, oops. I did it again. Oh well, I'll go with it. Para. In Spanish, it means stop. But parachute, you slow yourself down from falling. That's the way I always think of it. 59. Once again, I apologize that this is split up. I did not realize that when I made this. By 59, which cell type produces myelin in the peripheral nervous system? Versus, and then there's also the central nervous system. So there's one that produces myelin in the peripheral nervous system, and there's one that does it in the central nervous system. But thanks for liking the live, everybody. We're almost at 20,000 likes, which is awesome. But if you are new here, my name is Ollie, and like I said, I do go live every day. I'm going to be posting my live schedule for the week today as well, going over all the topics. If you guys have any topic requests, please send me an email, or in my second most recent video, leave a comment on what you want to see. I know we're doing some anatomy and physiology 2 tomorrow. The endocrine system has been requested, as well as some anatomy and physiology chemistry. Parasympathetic peace and sympathetic stress. That is actually a really good... Yes, I like that, actually. That is a very good way to remember that. Def not Anna 8. That is a very good way to remember that. I've never heard of that before. That's what's great about these live streams, is sometimes I always hear new things that people have a way of learning something and remember something that I can share with everybody. But yeah, that's awesome. Def not Anna 8. Good way to remember that. The answer is the Schwann cell, so C. So Schwann cells give us the myelin in the peripheral nervous system. And the answer choice A, the oligodendrocyte, this is what's going to be for our central nervous system. Astrocytes support, they're more so the supporting cells in the central nervous system. And the microglia are also supporting cells in the central nervous system. But number 60, our last question here. Which of the following best describes the primary function of the cerebellum? Yes, this will be uploaded to YouTube, yes. It should be later today. Myelin is, so in our diagram up here, our myelin is what is here. It speeds up our impulse transmission and insulates the axon as well. The answer choice is C. It is coordination of voluntary movements and balance. So the cerebellum is going to fine-tune our motor activity, perfect our balance. The memory storage is what is known as our cerebrum. That's function. Emotional regulation, that's our limbic system. And our hypothalamus. Regulation of sleep and wakefulness. Mostly the brain stem plus the hypothalamus. And those were all the questions that I had today, guys, for A&P 1. Tomorrow will be HESI and TEAS review for Anatomy and Physiology 2. That will be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got my schedule from my clients back today during the lives, and I saw that. So tomorrow will be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A&P 2 for HESI and TEAS. I'll stick around here for a minute to answer any questions, just quick questions that you guys have. So fun to see you tomorrow. Awesome. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for whoever joined today. I appreciate it. Yes, that was part of the nervous system. I have other tests as a PDF copy on my website, but these get uploaded to YouTube afterwards. Thank you. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Bianca. Smiley XO, X Smiley. Thank you. I love these lives. I learned so much. Awesome. I'm so glad. Do I do radiology? I can, yes. Definitely send me a request on like what in particular. My YouTube name, it's linked in my TikTok bio, is my name. It's Ollie Herksig. I also have a video from like a couple weeks ago on how I make notes too. But this is my YouTube, and then my website with all of my notes is it is Medzig. These are all my anatomy and physiology notes, practice tests that I have up. But again, if you just want the, came in at number 56, but still learn and retain something, awesome, Mountain. Yes, good to see you again. God bless you. God bless you as well. It's good to see you again, Mountain. Bye. Thank you, Princess. Shimon, thank you. Good review. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the followers. Thanks for all the likes on the live. 23,000 likes is insane. I appreciate you all so much. Can I do a review of hormones? Yes, absolutely. Someone already did request the endocrine system. I'm going to make the schedule, but the endocrine system would likely be on Wednesday or Thursday. And if you want to follow me on Instagram too, I don't post over there as much. It's medzig.ollie. I don't post over there that much, though. I'm trying to figure out what to do a little differently over there, as opposed to just reposting everything on every single thing. But if I should post on the other stuff, maybe. Thank goodness for TikTok. Where was social media back in the days? I know, right? Blood circulation, please, or brain. Awesome. Reproductive system. Okay. I'm going to write these down. So, hormones, reproduction, anything particular about the blood circulation or the brain? Is it like blood circulation in the brain? Like the circle of Willis in the brain? Like the circle of Willis? Arrhythmias? Yeah, we can do some arrhythmias, yeah. Thank you. Yes, thank you as well. Yeah, absolutely. Any other quick questions here before I get going? Or any other little topic requests? I'll take them here actually right now as well, because as soon as this is done, I'm going to go make the schedule. So any requests? Again, we have hormones, reproductive system, blood circulation in the brain, arrhythmias, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Awesome. Plus, I want to pre-start on my 4-week anatomy course. What should I focus on? Starts in 4 weeks. Do I do repro? Yes, I do repro. I do have some videos already on YouTube about it, but I'll probably do it this week again as well. What should it start? Starts. You have a 4-week anatomy course. Is insane. Organic chem. Michelle, I have not taught organic chem. It's been a while since I've taken it, but I did get an A in the class. Thank you, Jan, for the finger heart chemistry. Since I'm taking the TEAS in a few weeks, yes, I'm going to be doing chemistry this week, either on Wednesday or Thursday. Excuse me, Thursday. So Wednesday or Thursday will be. It's going to be the endocrine plus chemistry. They'll be on one of the days. It'll be posted on my TikTok here shortly. But it's gonna be either they're both gonna get done. But in terms of what day, I'm just not sure yet. I'm probably gonna look probably chemistry on Wednesday, endocrine on Thursday. Taking 4 weeks to be eligible to apply this year for nursing school. Oh my goodness! Well, congrats. But you got this. The way that I would prepare for so it's in 4 weeks, right? It starts in 4 weeks. So you have a month. I definitely think, so let's, let me have a little practice sheet here. So if I were to focus, I would focus a lot on the terminology. Is it like anatomy and physiology too, or is it all of anatomy? If you're still here. Thank you for all the follows, by the way, everybody. I appreciate it. Heart, please. Okay, A&P 1 in June, A&P 2 in July. What I would do is I would start with the terminology first. For every single system, go over like the key. If you can get your textbook early or your lectures early, I definitely would go through and learn the terminology first, because if you know the words, it's going to help you deduce questions a little better, and I would just make a Quizlet on those. That's how I would start. And since it's so fast-paced, I wouldn't really focus on making notes because it's so fast. Like you probably won't be able to keep up with them. Making notes probably won't be an option, but I definitely recommend using, like, it's called the Feynman technique. I meant heart circulation. Okay, so not in the brain, so heart circulation. Okay. Practice explaining things out loud. It's called the Feynman technique. I can definitely make a video on that shortly as well. But basically, read something, look away, explain it out loud like you're explaining it, like if you're teaching a class in a way. That's probably the best way. So flashcards and all the terms. If you want to start now, I definitely recommend going through the terminology. Knowing terminology and medical terminology and anatomical terminology in itself will help you deduce questions down a little bit. Like, just a quick example. Obviously, this is an easier example, but a quick example. If we have an osteocyte, you can break this word down. Osteo means bone, cyte means cell, so it must be a bone cell, just in that regard. So knowing it can help you kind of know what you're talking about a little more. 4 more days till I start my third semester. Oh, wait, sorry, maybe I'm not reading your... Kinesiology. Yep, active recall, yes. I'm doing a nurse aid course as well, if I can manage it. Yes, you can absolutely. Heart circulation. Yep, we can do heart circulation. Kinesiology, yeah, anything in particular in terms of kinesiology? I've been posting some biomechanics stuff as well. Yeah, MedTerm helped tremendously taking it before A&P 1 and 2. Yeah, I had medical terminology like at the same time as A&P 1, and it definitely helped, and it especially helped for A&P 2. Very well spoken. Love the vibes. Awesome. Thank you. Love your vibes as well too. I'm glad. Definitely trying to make it a little vibey, like as least stressful as possible. Live stream and just TikTok community, YouTube community in general. It's definitely the goal. Alrighty. Any more? I'm gonna get going. But were there any more just quick quick questions here before I go. I appreciate you all being here. You guys are awesome. I read you on TikTok because of you. You need to go viral. Not many people do this on here. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. I've actually, honestly, I started this in like August or September, and it's kind of been like us. It's been going fast. Honestly, more than I can even keep up with, which is a good problem to have. But yeah, I started in September, and we're at 62,000 ish now, which is awesome. I honestly can't even. CNA certification. What jobs? Pretty much working in like you'd be like a certified nursing assistant. You could work in like a hospital or a nursing home. There's home health, hospice, mainly more personal, like one-on-one kind of nursing. More so like helping with like daily activities per se. But yeah, I hope I go viral too. That'd be awesome. But yeah, this is so fun to do. I appreciate that, Michelle. That made my day. But yeah, I think what was it around? It was around like the start of January. I had like 7,000 followers, and then ever since then it's been like whoosh. So pretty much like majority of my following has come in the last like 3 and 4 months. It's been insane. I'm so grateful though. It really is. I can't even fathom it. Sometimes I still don't even believe it. But it's definitely fun. This is so much fun to do. It's pretty much all I talk about with people now. People are definitely getting sick of it. But I am going to get going. But thank you guys so much for being a part of the live stream. I appreciate you all so much. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow if you're going to join. I'll be posting the schedule later today for what videos and topics we're going to be doing in the live streams. And then I'm going to try to post a video every single day, at least this week, potentially next week, about some final tips and whatnot. Just because I know it's finals week, and finals week it's rough out here. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. See you tomorrow, hopefully, or in a future live stream. Thank you guys so much.